Hey guys, it's Marco again. I finally made a rogue guide and it only took me 3 years. I'll immediately say that the rogue is quite average for raiding in this tier, nothing too special going on for them, so this rogue currently doesn't have gear for mythic raiding, but he's more built for mythic plus keys and arenas. I will still try to cover all 3 types of assassination rogues. There are actually 3 viable specs for mythic raiding, types for mythic raiding, but I'm counting in some random crit rogues with decent logs, and I'll cover mythic plus build. One of the issues I currently have is that I can't do stat weights for 2 viable types because I don't have the gear for them. But I will definitely talk about stats. I scouted all the best assassination rogues in mythic raid so far, so don't worry. Maybe it's a bit weird to make a guide about something without even having the gear for it, but I'll definitely try. Perhaps it's going to be a full, let's say, online guide focusing just on one player and his logs / stats and so on. But if you have any suggestions, I'll gladly take them. So first, I'm going to cover the crit rogue or mythic plus assassination rogue, since I have the required gear for it. I'm going with assassination, even though outlaw is a bit better in these kinds of situations. Maybe assassination outperforms it in few dungeons like Siege of Boralus, Tol Dagor, but outlaw is overall better in mythic plus and in encounters such as Enzot and Highmind. But I just hate the outlaw playstyle. So first, let's head off with talents. You always want to run these talents. First optional talent is Iron Wire or Internal Bleeding, but again, it's all about the preference. And the second option is either Toxic Blade or Exsanguinate, but most of the people go with Toxic Blade. Essences are straightforward, because you want to have Blood of the Enemy as major essence, and for the minors you want to have Memory of Lucid Dreams, Breath of the Dying, and finally Conflict and Strife. Azerite Traits. Again, this is a very straightforward topic. All you want and all you need is to have 3 times Echoing Blades and 3 times Shrouded Suffocation, and that's it. Trinkets. As a crit rogue, you want to run Deadeye Spyglass and Harlan's Loaded Dice. Very easy trinkets to come by. Also, you may run Torment in the Jar instead of Harlan's Loaded Dice, and even Vita Charged Titan Shard or Lustrous Golden Plumage are viable. Corruption. With corruptions, your main goal is to have 60% critical strike chance. I needed rank 8 severe to get it. After that, all your other corruptions are going to be strike through. Stats. As I previously said, you want to have 60% critical strike, and that's your first and main goal. Other stats are definitely not as important, but your second most powerful stat is haste, then mastery, and lastly versatility. Here are my stat weights for a Dungeon Slice setup while having 12.3k agility, 3.4k critical, 1.3k haste, 700 mastery and 400 versatility. After you see your stat weights, you can easily determine if you need to change your gems or ring and weapon enchants. Opener and rotation. First off, in Mythic Plus, for 3 to 4 mobs, you want to immediately Garrot from stealth 3 of them. Then use your Crimson Tempest, then you either want to Blood of the Enemy if the mobs are going to die fast, and then spam Fan of Knives. If the mobs aren't going to die fast, rupture them after your each Fan of Knives. After that, you just want to use your Blood of the Enemy and spam Fan of Knives. The main goal of DPSing like this is to keep all your Ruptures and Crimson Tempest up, and maintaining elaborate planning buff, so if you don't have anything to rupture, just use one venom on a target and continue blasting with Fan of Knives. If the ads are really hardcore after the Blood of the Enemy, you want to vanish and re-Garrot them. If you don't have your Blood of the Enemy up, it's the same thing. You still want to Garrot 3 of them and do Crimson Tempest, then you spam Fan of Knives with Ruptures. And now I'm gonna demonstrate this, how do I do it on 4 mobs. And now for 5 plus mobs, you want to Garrot 3 mobs from stealth, 2 Crimson Tempest, then vanish into 3 more Garrots, and if there is 5 mobs, refresh the Garrot on the first mob. Then use your blood of the enemy, spam Fan of Knives. In these packs, you will be able to sustain your elaborate planning with just Ruptures and Crimson Tempests. You usually don't use Vendetta on packs unless there's a big boy ad or if you know that your Vendetta is going to be up for the boss. I usually use Potion of Unbridled Fury for the bosses. You don't usually use Vanish at start on Mythic plus bosses because it's probably gonna be on cooldown. And your Mutilate awards you with 4 combo points quite often, but if it doesn't, you should use another Mutilate before doing Envenom. My opener looks like this. I pre-pot, Garrot Rupture, Garrot Mutilate Rupture, Vendetta, Blood of the Enemy, Toxic Blade, Mutilate Envenom, Mutilate Envenom, and so on. After that point, try to maintain elaborate planning as much as possible with refreshing Garrot and Rupture. If you get your Vanish back and you're able to use it, just do Vanish plus Garrot, then either do Mutilate or Rupture or Envenom depending on your situation, followed with another Garrot. And now I'm gonna demonstrate how it should look like. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll probably first make a crit row guide for Nyalata, and after that I'm gonna probably make a haste guide for rogues but without gear. So until next time, take care.